Galewing is the OG cookie, so people have comparing cookie, the cook, the new hero, a lot with Galewing, but Galewing is still good. I'll show you how I play most of the time. You take the Discover on 1. I think you basically always take Discover. I never take level anymore. Level on 2, and you want to go 3 on 3, so on turn 3 you just sell level again. Reason is next turn we get our hero power down, so we discover a 3 drop on turn 4, which is pretty good. You want to make sure that it's a good lobby for 3 drops though, so that means mechs being in, Quillboys are okay, dragons are good on tier 3, elementals are decent. I'm not going to do the MarkMcKz Frogger here, by the way. I think that's massive bait. Instead I want to lean into elementals, which is a little bit weaker for the turn but has a better potential future. And as you guys saw in the title or thumbnail, I'm gonna try and play elementals this game and show you again how bullshit it can be. We got rewarded and hit Molten Rock and the buff. The buff is one of the best tier 3 buff cards or elemental cards in the game right now. And yeah, we are gonna have a pretty strong board here with the power level, because we're able to like sell a bit and get a red pack as well. So for a tier 5 board or turn 5 board, this is rather decent and still a great setup. Now, you want to check your hero power regularly, because what I like to do is if I see I'm going to discover something. By the way, wait, let's talk about this Reno first. They hero power the MarkMcKz and have a high main. That's why I include this fight. This guy somehow has a goal on MarkMcKz and high main, but he went 4 and 4, so he power leveled straight to tier 4 and just did that. I thought it was funny, so that, okay. Wait, now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you see you're gonna get a discover of next turn, then you want to level. So next turn we're gonna get a discover, that's why I went to tier 4 here, so that way we can hit a 4 drop. Now all of these kind of suck. I took Peggy because I just love Peggy and it might have potential, but we do have a triple in the shop. And we're just taking a 5 drop. You could consider a 6, but with this board I really want to hit Master of Realities. Just imagine double Party Elemental Molten Rock or Golden Party with a master on the board, which sadly we missed. But again, I'm trying leaning into the elemental stuff here, so I'm just gonna take this Tempest, which could give me some good stuff, and I have a Stasis in the shop. And life is looking okay. We're still 25 HP, not that great, but we did power level a bit. We are on tier 4 early with a decent board. And also this Peggy, I feel like I want to make use of it, so I just bought a random pirate here. It's not the best pirate. I would have loved to hit a second Peggy or something, but it's okay. It's a 2/6. Now, I'm not gonna put any resources into pirates, but just check how big this taunt is gonna get for free, okay? Just keep your eyes onto the Peggy stats and the taunt, and you'll see why I made this decision. Also, yeah, gamblers are free. They're literally a free buff as well with Peggy. I end up playing for max tempo. Just take the jug here, skipping this elemental, because what you want with elementals, I've made an elemental video before, is tier 4 has major domos, which are amazing, especially because you're gonna cycle a lot with the Spark elemental. It works with the Molten Rock. Then you have Master of Realities on tier 5, so it all synergizes really well together, and it can actually scale a lot. Like tier 4 scaling is actually very competitive right now, and there's a major domo. I have a pair on Molten Rock as well, and it's looking pretty good. We can also find refreshing no, wait, what's it called? Recycling Wraith, where your rolls cost 0, so that way we can cycle a whole lot more as well. So elementals, again, you're either Nomi, Dazzling Light spawn stuff, you scale up elementals in the shop, but I actually prefer Domo stat boards like this because you instantly have a strong board. I level, hit a triple, and the reason I level again is because my hero power is gonna discover a card next turn, so I want to level the turn before, so I discover a 5 drop because I still need Master of Realities. Our 6 drop sucked. I'm just taking the cast scaler here, trying to kill this guy. So we're up against someone who's lost place, meaning they're all in, and he could be strong or get rather strong because it's his need. So another way that you can look at this is just kill someone in the lobby, so that way, you know, there's less people, you increase your MMR basically. A lot of people play greedy when they face someone weak, but it might be better to actually go for a strong turn just to guarantee someone dies. And we do hit Master of Realities, we got rewarded for the level, and now we're just chilling, right? Like now the rest of the game is basically cycling elementals, scaling Master of Realities, and also check how big this Master of Realities is gonna get. It's a 6/6, and look, every elemental I play is getting +3/+3 at least because of the Golden Party and Molten Rock, and another +1/+1 from Major Domo, so everything is +4/+4. Also the taunt, the pirate taunt that you have to keep an eye on, look at how big it is. I had to sell my Peggy, but look at it. Look at the free stats they were able to generate. So it's spotting plays like that that really make a difference. Anyway, MHND asked the question to define tech cards, because I do talk a lot about finding tech cards, and this is a good tech card, but some people might not know what a tech card is. So what I use as a definition for tech card is basically cards that you find late game to slot on the board. Every board has like slots that you don't use, like the place where the Bren is, your flex spot. Every board has a flex spot where you cycle cards. On this board, Major Domo can be sold, Body Elemental could be sold, we have one flex spot or maybe even, yeah, 2 flex spots. The Pirate could come out, so those are cards that you want to replace with actual useful units. They're strong mid game, but late game they don't achieve anything. This refreshing or recycling Wraith as well. So the flex units or the tech cards will be cards that will just serve a better purpose. Like Selfless Hero, it just gives you a Divine Shield on board. Like Poison, like whatever you need to counter your opponents or whatever a better card is to replace those empty spots with. Now this Molten Rock and this Master Realities obviously is gonna stay around. Those are not gonna be switched out for tech cards. But yeah, tech cards are the cards that, you know, are better than some of your mid game stuff to transition. Hope that was a good definition. Meanwhile, in the background, I'm just doing the same stuff. I'm just cycling, you know. Stats is good enough in this lobby. There's no Murloc, so I'm not too scared of Poison. The only Poison is Spore and Myxna. I find a second Master of Realities, and again, you know how big these guys get out of nowhere, right? So it might hurt, but I'm selling this Pirate Taunt. It got massive for free, but it's not gonna grow or scale at all anymore, and we're up against the Ghost anyway. So let's see if this 6/6 Master of Realities, I have like no gold left. Let's see if it can scale up to the size of the Pirate in one turn without like doing too much, right? Because I used up all my gold already. It's already at 24-24, at 33-33, and it already outscaled the Pirate. I don't think we need more proof that this card is pretty good on this board. I also started buffing Cyclone finally with Major Domos, because I don't want to just buff my taunts. I still lose super hard to Spore then, so putting another card in, like a Divine Shield card, especially Wind Fury, is good. We find a second Domo, a bit late, but I'm still taking it, gets a lot of stats, and I can just, well, put it as my flex spot at the end of the turn. I'm still taking Discovers, by the way, because I think the game is gonna last, well, at least 3 more turns, and we can find Myxna tier 6 or who knows, right? This is a Janus Elemental, by the way, and we absolutely obliterate them because of how big we're able to get. It's kind of impressive. Again, how big you can get with just tier 4 scaling and some Master of Realities. We're up against a lost opponent, and if I remember correctly, they're playing Beasts. So I don't know if they're going to have Myxnas. That's going to be the biggest issue, but we have a lot of different big bodies on the board. So I think a single Myxna or Reborn Myxna shouldn't be enough to beat us, unless the rest of his board is also good. I'm deciding to sell a Domo here. I don't really know what else I'm able to sell on this board. Honestly, everything has a purpose. The Party Elemental has too many buffs with all of this. Like the party gets +2/+2, which in return gets +2/+2 to both Master Realities, so +4/+4 for every elemental I cycle. Now this triple, I looked at, but it's bait. We have 2 big taunts. There's no reason to take this. I don't know any good 6-drop that I would want except for exactly Myxna, so I decided, yeah, to roll it. Like, if you take it, you're so vulnerable to poison. Just combining both your biggest unit into one, especially since it's a taunt, seems like it can't be right. Now, this guy just got wrecked. He has a Selfless Taunted, that's why I bought the Ghoul and his Goldrin. So we went first with Wind Fury, killed both of his things, his Macaws are useless, and then our Ghoul killed his shield. So this was perfect. Our positioning was great, our attacking was great. This guy couldn't do anything against us. So either he has to like change his game plan, or he's just dead, right? But he still has an Ice Block, so we just gotta beat him 2 more times. I leveled to 6 because Zap, you know, he's Goldrin Beast. Zap is always gonna be great. Didn't find it yet, so I'm just gonna end on the Selfless here, I think. And yeah, we keep opening with Wind Fury because it's great against Beasts. We still have the Ghoul because he had the Selfless Baron Macaw stuff on top of his Beasts. And yeah, that's it. Just hope for the best. And he did sell a Selfless. He now has like a Reborn Goldrin and normal Goldrin. So no more is this, like, we don't need this Ghoul anymore unless he puts it back in, but that's pretty hard. He does have Myxna earlier now as well, so he's able to kill one of our taunts for free. And he made himself, yeah, a bit stronger. He fixed his positioning, but we still beat him. He does have an Ice Block though, so we just gotta do it 1 more time. But it seems like we're big enough. I don't need scaling anymore. Like, my taunts are massive. They trade like 2-3 times into his things. Same with the Cyclone, so I'm not valuing scaling anymore. We found the Zap from our Discover from Hero Power, and I'm taking the pair on Cyclone as well because Mega Wind Fury is super good against Beast. Like, Wind Fury is good, but Mega Wind Fury, oof, if we go first, they're just destroyed. So And I'm taking the leftmost hero power now. You only do that if you don't think there's 3 more turns left. But this is a Ticketus, and they got their spell. They play around my Zap with the Maxna. They also have a Golem Baron now, and a Golem Macaw, and they got the Windfree Divine Shield spell that they were able to put onto the Macaw. So, yeah, he actually did get insanely big, or a lot bigger than I expected, because of, well, his hero power being so good late game, and because he's hitting all of the triples. So now we actually lost, and he was able to turn the tide. I thought this was such an easy game. He won like 2-3 turns in a row, and now I'm actually scared. Maybe we do need more scaling. He still only has 1 poison, so technically if we just kept on scaling, we could get there, unless he finds more and reborn, which is definitely possible. And I'm just gonna do Macaw Selfless here. I don't really have anything better to end on. This party could come out. I still wanted some of the scaling though, because apparently it's still relevant, because he did upgrade his board so much. He also has Divine Shield Amalgadon. Now he has 2 poisons. I couldn't keep my Zap because it's just useless against this Golden Baron, and he still has the Maxims anyway, so it is really hard to counter. Not even a Golden Zap is gonna do it anymore. And this fight, we're gonna get pretty lucky. Like, we got a shield on our biggest unit, his Magna attacked into it. Now we're getting a shield back onto our biggest unit, and yeah, we're doing great. So we're winning this fight, it seems. But one issue, if you can do some quick math, you'll see that we're 1 damage off. So we have to beat him again. So this is a very close end game with like old school beasts, which you don't see do well too often, and some sort of elemental build without like Nomi or without Lilrag, just like tier 4 stuff. Yeah, we found Reborn for Macaw. This triple is still bait, by the way, don't fall for it. I guess the main upgrades I can find is the Golden Cyclone, and then maybe try and scam, kill most of his board. Golden Macaw maybe, Golden Selfless. The Spotty Elemental is still useless. I need to replace it with something better, because the stats of it don't matter anymore. He got way too big, sadly. So I'm just gonna try and high roll a bit with double Macaw, like a Reborn Macaw, normal Macaw, Selfless, and just pray for the best, hope that I get good shields and he hits into all of them. And that's pretty much all I can do. Still going for the leftmost hero power, because, well, there's no way this is final, like this is always final fight. He goes first, which is pretty bad, because then my cycle is not gonna get value, and his Macaw survives at 1 HP. Now everything has over 100 attack and health, and yeah, this is not looking too good. We're not getting good shields or good hits. This is it. I thought we were definitely gonna win this game. He was able to turn it around because of all of these secrets and him surviving at 1 HP and getting lucky. But hey, still hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something from this. How to play Galewing, the scuffed cookie basically, and how to play this elemental stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe.